Hey there, it's Chad, Uncle Chad. Uncle Chad means something special today on this Veterans Day. You want to know why? Because I became an uncle again today. Ben and I had a second little boy, and I am learning to say his name. So we've got Lilian Ophelia in France, and then in Japan we only had Taro, but now we also have a Jiro. And I'm looking forward to meeting him. He looks like he's a healthy young boy, so he was born on Veterans Day today, which was kind of cool. So what I'm doing here today is I'm going to do a little Veterans Day dedication. For those of you who have been doing, and been talking about what I'm doing with health coach, life coaching kind of stuff, you know that getting out and getting some cardio in on a regular basis is really important. So Julia and I's cardio of choice obviously has been riding bikes. She just got a new bike. It's light, it's got clips, it's fast, and she's working different muscle groups in her legs. So I'm getting my bike Andre is in the shop right now. I'm getting some new tires, I'm getting a new chain. I'm getting some clips, not like hers, but they're going to be a little more like hybrid bike clips. But I've never had them, and I'm totally looking forward to it. So what am I doing here today? I went to a Veterans Day deal uptown here in Broomfield with my friend Mo, who was an Army Airborne. We both work at Trimble together. And I like to take occasion on Veterans Day to tell folks a little bit about my experience and how I'm actually a little bit conflicted about it. I'm a vet, and I served in the United States Navy Reserves. I joined when I was 17 in high school. And this was right after Desert Storm, so things were pretty quiet. It was still under George Bush, George H.W. Bush. And I signed up because I needed money to go to school. So I wanted to take advantage of the GI Bill, and I was going to move back to Nebraska, and they had some incentives. And so I ended up I joined the United States Navy Reserves. So it being general peacetime, like, you didn't know that signing up. It was going to be 8 years or whatever it was that you were going to have a billet in the machine that you could, get your billet pulled. So everybody do a little bit of math with me. I signed up, I think it was like February 26th of 1992. And so that put my contract at February 26th of the year 2000. So the only thing that really happened in the time that I was in the military was Somalia, and I was in A school out in Port Hueneme, and I was in construction mechanic advanced school, call that A school, and there was a lot going on that night at the base, and we came up the next day, and the guys that our instructors came in and said, we're going to Somalia, and it was like, whoa, we didn't know if that was like Desert Storm level at that point. So at least for a day, I got that thrill of, I wonder if we're going to get activated kind of thing. But besides that, it was pretty quiet. I spent a lot of time in Lincoln, Nebraska, and I met some good friends on drill weekends, and I did my ATs out in San Diego, and I did one in Belton, Missouri, where our battalion headquarters was, in Kansas City, and did a lot of greasing on machinery and stuff like that. We did have to qualify on M16s, and I didn't qualify on pistols. But I know how to shoot a pistol. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Mary. How's it going? I am going to... I'm telling everybody a little bit about my experience in the military, but then I would throw everybody a curveball. So I was in the reserves, and I did my time, and I got the benefits to be called a vet, but I'm a peacetime vet. I wasn't part of it. I was pre-9/11 and post-Desert Storm, just by virtue of my age. So, but I was proud to serve. I was going to college, and I got a job, and was getting early on in life at that point, and that was my military experience. It was like post-Cold War, because I was a Cold War kid growing up, and that's what I really... Hunt for Red October and stuff like that kind of got in my blood a little bit, and I wanted to be in the Navy. And I thought, submarines and ships and all that stuff, Top Gun. But then I ended up joining the Navy Reserves, and I was in the construction battalion. So we wore fatigues, and I'm a mechanic. I was a construction mechanic. So this is my garage, and I'm going to show everybody just a little bit here of what's going on. Something I'm pretty proud of. Oh, that's Bob. It's my cat. But this is my grandpa. That's my grandpa Ole's flag. He served in World War II, and he was in the Army Air Corps, and he flew planes across the country, bombers, just to get him in the right spot and to get his hours in and stuff like that. And so that's my Grandpa Mickelson's flag. And they gave it to me. I wanted it after he passed away when I was in college. And it didn't mean a ton to him. Grandma, just said, just take it. Like, she just didn't want it. And I understood that. But I really wanted to have that flag. And I'd had it for a really long time. And I had another one that actually had 48 stars on it. I think that one does. Anyway. I had another flag that I had tacked up on the wall, and it had holes in it and stuff. Well, Grandpa's flag was always different, and I finally bought a flag, a case. I did some measuring, and I was like, I can put it right there. So that's Ollie's flag. I'm proud to fly it. But anyway, I got some Marine Corps cadence and stuff going on here in the background on the old sound system, and I can change things up as we go. But I'm going to do some jump roping. Andre's in the shop, so I have to get creative, and it's COVID time, and I don't like running, but I do like jumping rope. I got this whole system of I move those over systematically after I do so many reps. I'll do I want to get a little bit more time than I normally ever had, and I have a little bit of time here. So I think I'm going to do 2 minutes. 2 times 20, so it'd be 40 some minutes just jumping. I mean, I ride a bike, I do it for about an hour and 15 minutes, and I burn plenty of calories doing that. And jumping ropes, it's just constant. It's more like running, so I don't think you have to do it for quite as long, and I don't want to jump that long. And you get rocking, you'll see, we'll get rocking and rolling. I'll be going back and forth between jumping rope and talking to you all. But something else I wanted to bring to everybody's attention before we got going here, and this is going to be recorded, so it'll be available later too if you ever want to watch it. But I am very, very proud of the fact that I served in the United States Peace Corps. And I'm a firm believer in putting your money where your mouth is. And I spent 2 years in the Republic of Moldova, signed up, went over before 9/11. It happened right after we got to our villages. And I had no association with the United States military anymore. My contract had run out, and I had the time Peace Corps therein, and I was in graduate school too, and getting a master's in agriculture at 1 year in Fort Collins at Colorado State University. And so I ended up going over to Peace Corps, and doing my thing, and I was proud to do it. And especially at 9/11, it just happened when we were there. We didn't know that happened before we had left. So it really was I had studied about guns versus butter and why it's important, why you let diplomacy work, and why you try and diffuse situations, and why you don't let hot heads get out of control and control the room. Because in order for the group, the betterment of everybody, man, we all need to work together at some level. And being divided 50-50 is not cool, I have a lot of people that I know that in my life, including my dad and my biological father and my brother Todd, and a lot of people in my family. Troy had even thought about going to the Navy at some point, but his eye prevented him from being able to do that. That's partially why I went in the Navy too, I think, was to fulfill that vision somehow. I don't know. But, you want to be able to kind of understand your place in the hierarchy. So I served, but I really like to emphasize the fact that Peace Corps is a different way of maintaining peace in a different part of the world. And it's not even about Peace Corps. It's just about believing and taking a different way of looking at things and giving diplomacy and thought and reason a place in the middle of everyone's life, So I'm a vet, and I'm also a returned Peace Corps volunteer, and I wish there was more recognition for returned Peace Corps volunteers. And I kind of advocate for that, being somebody that has been lucky enough to have done both. And I only have known a few other people that have been able to say that. I had one guy in my group, Norman. He was from Puerto Rico, and it was different than my situation, but he did both. And I really like to bring the attention to the fact that I think Peace Corps volunteers are really, really underrepresented in the way that we recognize
peace and service in this country, and even AmeriCorps volunteers. You know, I'm saying AmeriCorps maybe is a little more like pre-Peace Corps. Maybe that's a bias, and I admit it, but I would have to just talk to people about it. But for Peace Corps, going over and living abroad for 2 years in a place, and we were pretty much trying to clean up some stuff that the Russians had going on, you know, like we were just doing what we thought was the right thing and working with local organizations. Mine was a beekeeping a former Soviet state apiary, and my counterpart, I had gone through a couple different sites, but one was with a co-op, and it didn't work out. The first village where I really liked my family, but the second village was more about me going and helping Petru with his beekeeping enterprise and trying to get it back off the ground, build a centralized processing place, getting people interested, bartering outside of the cash economy, trying to keep value within the village, stuff like that. So it was a softer approach, but man, I met a lot of great friends, and I wish I'd really retained more relationships from in-country, including with my host families. Like, I really miss them, and I wish that people, you know, there was a connection there between every single one of them, and I miss all of them. And I really was blessed to be able to have gone over there. So that's the kind of thing where I wish we would all recognize that it's not just a bunch of hippies and, oh my God, they're not military, a bunch of draft dodgers. Man, just look at it as people that don't want to go down that path and they want to take a different path. I kind of did both. And I never saw combat, thank God. But, you know, I did serve in Peace Corps, and it went the other way. I got a wife out of it and beautiful kids and great relationships with a lot of good Americans that were also volunteers, and I like to recognize them on Veterans Day. And something else that's crazy is I found out that my biological grandfather was a doughboy in World War I. So when somebody starts calling people dead soldiers in France that are buried in cemeteries, they're suckers and losers, I take offense to it, because my biological grandfather served in World War I. So I just want to say that I think service is important, and I think we should recognize it. And I think Peace Corps should be regarded not by necessarily a special day, but to recognize that those people serve too. And I wish there was some recognition for that higher than what we've gotten. But we volunteered. We knew what we were getting ourselves into, so I don't want to speak for everybody. And if you did serve in Peace Corps or the military, thank you for your service. So I have some cadence going on, and I am going to start jumping rope. So it's going to get a little bit loud. You're going to see me jumping, and I'm going to be looking at my watch and moving the things and kind of explaining to you how I do this workout. So happy Veterans Day. Trying to sync up with the time. I have a little clock in here with the little American flag that I like to keep track of time. Because inevitably, if you stop, if you lose your time, you kind of got to know where you're at, and it's nice to be able to just look up instead of having to obviously look at your watch. So, hey Bob, come on, Bobby, here we go. Come on, Bob. Ready? Let's do it. Damn it.
Yeah.
one. It's been a while since I've done this. Trying to get the cadence.
Oh yeah. R is for Ranger. R is for Ranger. A is for all the way. A is for all the way. N is for never quit. N is for never quit. G is for gotta go. G is for gotta go. E is for every day. E is for every day. R is for Ranger. R is for Ranger. Rough up Ranger, yeah. Rough up Ranger, yeah. One not died in the middle of the day. One not died in the middle of the day. Two dead boys came out to play. Two dead boys came out to play. Back to back, they faced each other. Back to back, they faced each other. Drew their swords and shot the other. Drew their swords and shot the other. A deaf policeman heard the noise. A deaf policeman heard the noise. He came to save those two dead boys. He came to save those two dead boys. If you think my story's too tall. If you think my story's too tall. Ask Sergeant Major, he saw it all. Ask Sergeant Major, he saw it all. Them two Bradley rolling down the strip. Them two Bradley rolling down the strip. 11 high soldiers on a one-way trip. 11 high soldiers on a one-way trip. Mission top secret destination unknown. Mission top secret destination unknown. Don't even know if we're ever going home. Don't even know if we're ever going home. Drop that rev and dismount right. Drop that rev and dismount right. Kill all the enemy inside. Kill all the enemy inside. If those revs don't fall in place. If those revs don't fall in place. Punch a toe, put it in his face. Punch a toe, put it in his face. Hardcore. Hardcore. Mechanized. Infantry. Infantry. Light by. Light by. 25. 25. Millimeters. Millimeters. Turn it out. Turn it out. I can go. I can go. All day. All day. Boom.
I don't know how many there are of you out there, but I may have to go grab some water. I don't want to bore you. I just do a specific number. Let's try something. Computer, stop. Stop. So the easier way to do this sometimes, because I'm trying to remember, is I think I looked at the clock and I would do 200 jumps every 2 minutes. Like, it's not that many. It's less than what I was just doing there. So let's do that. I was trying to stay with the cadence and the music, and it was too much. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 80, 200,
And I would rest for 40 seconds. And drink water if I had it. Hold on a second.